You've likely heard this from your mother during your childhood whenever you asked for something your friend had. Would you jump off a bridge if your friend did? Well, little did your mother know, you would do that, as for what psychology says. Conformity is a more potent force than you might imagine. Allow me to share the story of one of the most legendary psychology experiments ever conducted, which revealed the truth about our tendency to conform. The year was 1951. World War II had ended, but its horrors still haunted the world. Why had so many ordinary German citizens gone along with the atrocities of the Nazis? What kind of social pressure could make good people conform to such unethical demands? A young psychologist named Solomon Asch was determined to find out. He devised an ingenious experiment to test the limits of conformity. Asch recruited 123 college students for what he claimed was a vision test, but in fact, they were the subjects of his conformity experiment. Asch seated each unsuspecting participant in a room alongside 6 to 8 actors pretending to be fellow subjects. The room was filled with tension as Asch produced a card with a single vertical line, followed by another card displaying 3 vertical lines of various lengths. One of the lines clearly matched the original in length. Even a baboon could pick the right one. But Asch had a devious twist planned. He asked each member of the group to state aloud which line matched. The group was seated in such a way that it allowed actors to respond first. For the first 2 rounds of the trials, the actors gave the correct answer. But from the 3rd round, the group began answering incorrectly. This continued for 12 critical rounds, as the actors kept unanimously choosing the wrong line. They confidently chose the wrong line, one after another. Now the actual participant faced a dilemma. Would they go along with the absurdly wrong majority opinion just to conform? Or would they stick to their perception and stand out from the group? The results of the Asch Conformity Experiment were surprising and showed that people were more likely to conform than expected. Over the 12 critical trials, about 75% of participants conformed at least once, and 25% of participants never conformed. On average, about 1/3, 32% of the participants conformed with the clearly incorrect majority on the critical trials. In contrast, in the control group, where there was no pressure to conform, less than 1% of participants gave the wrong answer. The experiment demonstrated the power of social influence and how people sometimes sacrifice their own accuracy for the sake of group harmony. Asch was stunned. Even intelligent, educated people could be swayed to abandon reason, just to fit in. But why did people conform so readily? Asch determined that 2 powerful social forces were at work. First, normative influence, the basic human desire to be accepted by the group. And second, informational influence, people assume the majority must be right. Asch demonstrated that conformity crumbles if even one person stands up for the truth. But when we lack an ally, the power of the crowd is frightening. He proved that a unanimous majority of just 3 people is enough to sway most individuals. Adding more people didn't increase the pressure to conform. Asch shed light on the dark side of human nature. Our deep need for social belonging can lead us astray. He revealed that under group pressure, many people will deny even obvious facts right before their eyes. Why do Asch's findings still matter today? Conformity acts like social glue, binding communities together through shared behaviors and attitudes, but it can also lead to dangerous group thinking. As Asch said, the tendency to conformity is so strong that reasonably intelligent people are willing to call white black. Throughout history, the madness of crowds has led to horrors as people surrender reason for conformity's sake. We see the same dynamics on social media today. Online crowds exert immense pressure to conform to group thought. When dissenting voices are silenced or ridiculed, false narratives and extremism can thrive. So next time you face the heat to conform, conjure the courage of an Asch dissenter. Stand up respectfully for facts and reason, even in the face of hostile crowds or majority opinion. Because truth matters, and moral integrity requires the strength to swim against the tide. In Asch's own words, our freedom as individuals is abrogated when we unite uncritically under the banner of a given opinion or leader. If we cherish our freedom, it is our duty to preserve the freedom of even those with whom we disagree. Like and subscribe for more thought-provoking content.